Simple. Put the ball in the hands of your scorers and let them do what they do best.
What a performance for Tyrese Maxey. He has been the story for Philadelphia. He made a big impact, scoring 12 points in the quarter. All right, we'll get back to the action after this break. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out ahead in the second quarter. And looking at what we've seen from the Sixers, what do you guys think?
You can really see the strategy coming in. Get the ball into the painted area.
Yeah, and it's worked. They've got a clear edge and points in the paint. Now we'll see if they go with a more balanced attack or just keep on pounding it inside.
Well, Grant, we're still early on in this new season. I imagine it can be difficult to get back into the flow of things.
You know, B.A., you're spot on. It definitely takes some time to get used to the grind of the season again. You know, between the traveling and the hotel rooms, changing time zones. But you find your flow again eventually.
They've got Quentin Grimes, Jared McCain out there with Matisse Thybulle, and it's Barlow in at the four-man position. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia.
And when the game is this close, you have to go all out.
He certainly understands his role, huh? When the shot goes up, just crashes the offensive glass.
You know, that time I thought he did it with authority. Tremendous putback at a time when they really need it.
Pass to Barlow. Here's Bona. He's checked by Carter. Here's McCain to the inside. And that one makes him 2 for 2. He's in his rhythm.
And now almost all their points coming from the paint.
Black outside. Wagner inside, covered by Thybulle. And that one, good. Wagner's got his first points of the game.
And put your head down and go to work. That's what they need to do.
Yeah, these teams trading punches right now. I mean, it's table tennis. Back and forth we go.
Well, we've got a developing story here. Standing by remotely, we go to our 2K insider, Shams Charania, for the details.
Thank you, B.A. Right now, the story is with Portland, as the Blazers front office is executing early season deals. They know the value of front court defenders and are ecstatic to add Toumani Camara to the team. This is a team that wanted to be able to have more defensive versatility, and Camara fills that role perfectly for them. The size, speed, and strength that Camara plays with should give them the kind of boost that they were looking for.
Good stuff there, Shams. Thanks for keeping us informed. Much appreciated, as always. And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Well, Jamal Mosley is doing a tremendous job for the Magic, and the players gravitate to his approach. He said, quote, "Coaching is teaching, and you can't teach yelling and screaming and hollering. You teach with communication and positivity, because that's how I think a lot of these guys will actually register it." Back to you.
A new school approach. Thank you, Allie. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from here for the Magic.
Well, we're in the era of the three-point basket. So if you want to win games in this league, you have to connect from deep, and they have been thus far.
In addition to that, they've thrown their weight around inside tonight, too, thumping and bumping in the paint. A lot of their points have come from inside.
No good on the second free throw. Well, injuries, a nightmare for the Sixers, Grant. Last season, a league-high 55 different starting lineups.
Yeah, B.A., and their lowest win total since 2016. But some silver linings. Jared McCain was on track for Rookie of the Year before he went down. And Quentin Grimes also impressive.
Looking at who's out there now for Philadelphia. Embiid comes in for Bona, and it's Edgecombe in for Thybulle. Then for Orlando, Franz Wagner comes in for Wagner, and Suggs is subbed in for Black. After 2 consecutive first-round exits, the Magic now looking to take the next step, Clark.
You know, B.A., making the playoffs was the first step for this young core. And now that they have some experience, they've added some talent, too, so they're determined to continue to progress towards championship contending status.
Now, for those joining us now, we're in the second quarter, about 3 minutes gone by. Pass to Grimes, 5 to shoot. Philadelphia needs to get off a shot. Embiid. Orlando with the rebound.
Got a decent look at it, but sometimes the shot just doesn't go down.
Now here's Wagner. Three-pointer. Hits the trifecta. Wagner's got 6.
This defense just can't stay connected to shooters.
They set the pick. Here's McCain. No good on the triple.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
And guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
Their ball movement on this run has been tremendous. It's led to a lot of good, clean, open looks.
Here's Edgecombe. Drops in the layup for 2. He has 7.
And as the rookie Edgecombe gets stronger, these baskets should become more routine. Just nice focus on that finish.
Most any coach loves points coming off assists.
76ers trail by 9. Here's Edgecombe. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. So far, Grant, we've seen some encouraging intangibles from VJ Edgecombe.
Yeah, you know, he reminds me of Victor Oladipo or even a Dwayne Wade physically. Just an explosive athlete. And I love the way he uses that strength and quickness at the defensive end of the floor.
And it sure seems like post play has evolved quite a bit over the past decade or 2.
It really has. I mean, there aren't many big men who operate only on the low block anymore. But if they do, they're considered throwbacks.
Looking at who's out there now for Philadelphia. Isaac, he's checked in for Barlow. George comes in for Grimes. And it's Maxey in for McCain. Pass to Edgecombe. Here's Maxey, and here's Isaac, guarded by Banchero. And the call will be against Jonathan Isaac. That's his first foul.
And just a great job of getting there first and absorbing the contact.
No question about it. No flop there. That was a direct shot to the chest.
Orlando making a switch here. Black's checked in. On the wing, Suggs. Outside Carter. Just 5 on the clock. The 3 from Banchero. Rebound by the 76ers. Coming off a win against the Hornets.
And you'd have to think that luck played a part in that one. I mean, the opponent had an off night at the defensive end for sure.
Well, I think it was a combination of things, quite honestly, but the defense didn't really offer them a challenge all night. I agree with that.
And Embiid with the block.
Meet him at the rim, Joel. Just a fantastic block there from Embiid.
And that shot was going nowhere thanks to that aggressive swat.
That's exactly what a team needs when they're playing from behind. Energetic defense.
And so it's Maxey with it. He brings it up for the Philadelphia 76ers. 6-point game. And guys, this is the first they're seeing of the Magic this year. And stolen by Suggs. Pass to Carter. And here's Black. Orlando moving the ball around. From deep, Banchero. From distance, Paolo.
He had 2 first-quarter threes and now just added another.
Philadelphia has gone 4 of 6 from three-point range thus far. Ooh, lots of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws will follow that whistle. Well, after the Magic traded away Dwight Howard back in 2012, seems like they spent about a decade in limbo, Grant.
That's so true, B.A. And once they finally committed to building through the draft, the turnaround was pretty rapid, showing the upside of drafting and developing from the ground up.
And Philadelphia making a change here. Bonus checked in. Oubre, he's checked in for Orlando. Here's Black. He's scoreless. 6 on the shot clock. Inside. Here's Banchero. And it's Bona with a rebound. 76ers trail by 7. Pass to George. It's hauled in by Oubre. Orlando has got it going from distance in the second quarter. 4 of 5 from deep. Banchero outside. Up top, Oubre. Back to Banchero. And another 3 for Orlando.
Very consistent tonight at the offensive end. Right there, he helps fuel the fire.
Here's Edgecombe. Good efficiency. He's drained 4 out of 5.
And off the jump, they were effective from deep. I don't know why they haven't continued to fire from out there.
Yeah, I mean, test the hot hand. You're exactly right. I say let those triples fly.
Oh, nice one-handed jam there, B.A.
Hey, little exclamation point.
Hey, they've got a nice, comfortable lead here, fellas. Might as well keep it simple. Do it a plain, simple one-hander, just like pound cake.
And here's a look at what's coming up for the Orlando Magic. On Wednesday, they'll be taking on Cade Cunningham and the Detroit Pistons. Then on Thursday, they'll be playing against LaMelo Ball and the Charlotte Hornets.
You hear this all the time, but a road trip is a great chance for a team to build chemistry on and off the court. Chemistry matters a lot in the NBA, and a trip like this can bring a team together. Oh, 5 threes this half. The D can't contain this guy.
And it's flushed down. A nice jam.
And cleared for takeoff, Mr. Bain rising.
Can they get it? And Edgecombe gets it to go. Edgecombe's got 13.
They've struggled, but hey, you cannot lay it at his feet. Offensively, he's getting it done.
From deep, Bain. And it's Bona with a rebound. Bona's got his 6th rebound on the night. Suggs against Maxey. Isaac outside. Back to Maxey. It's hauled in by Portis. Magic leading by 13 to the middle. Here's Banchero. Paolo strong.
The assist numbers certainly stand out. They've really emphasized ball movement here today.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
And Maxey, here we go. And he goes in for the dunk.
The big-time throwdown.
Check him out. Keeps the grip on that rim after the finish. A little extra emphasis.
Maybe that'll help them recapture their edge a little bit, guys.
And so it's Orlando in command with a 13-point lead at the end of the quarter. Boy, they've been playing at a fast pace, beating the defense in transition and adding to that big lead. We'll be back in a moment.
Good to see you and welcome. A lopsided game through 2 quarters and a big deficit for the Philadelphia 76ers.
They're getting cooked from long distance. Defensively, they have to do a better job of closing out.
Yeah, especially these days. It's not enough to protect the paint. Got to patrol the ARC as well.
All right, now we've got some time to take a look at the players of the week. In the West, Stephen Curry.
When Steph gets hot, like he's been lately, best show in the NBA. There's no defense that can take away what he does.
Yeah, he can loft it from the vending machines. And you know, like we always like to say, fellas, he makes it look
Staffordless.
And that'll do it for us.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly in the second. Paolo Banchero with a strong contribution so far in this one.
Through the first 2 quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of it.
And here are the Sixers now, trailing by 13 on the court for the Magic. Wagner and Banchero, the lethal front court pair. Suggs and Bain team up as the backcourt, and it's Portis in at the 5 down low.
Yeah, right away in his career, it's been clear that Edgecombe has a physical presence that very few NBA rookies have.
Both good from the line that time. Orlando leading by 11. Wagner outside, fires for 3. Rebound by the 76ers. After this game, they can look forward to Washington, where they'll match up against the Wizards. It's a quick turnaround on the road, just 1 game. Well, Clark, when we watch Paolo Banchero play, you can forget he's 6'10".
And he's a locomotive. I mean, he's probably 255 pounds, and all of it is cable wire. I mean, that's why he went first overall. That combination of skill, ball handling, dexterity, agility, and force. He's 25 points a game and also 5 assists. At his size, you don't see that kind of production.
Bain, the pass to Banchero. Here's Portis. And it's blocked by Embiid.
Big fella getting a little angry. Embiid, a force at the defensive end.
Pass to Maxey. Back to Embiid. Shot clock at 6. Goes back up. And that one goes in as he's fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts the free throw. And he's got his first opportunity at the line here tonight.
You know, guys, when you look at those numbers last year for him, I think it does affect how much you're willing to go after contact because you're a little fearful of getting to the foul line unless you're in the and one situation. Too many trips to the line when you shoot it as poorly as he does actually can hurt you.
Here's Banchero. Banchero finishes with force inside.
And I think we're going to see a lot of nights like this from Banchero. He is built to score and never seems to take a play off.
That's the finesse part of his game right there. Lofting in that little teardrop.
And he's made all of his 6 tries at the line in this one.
And guys, if a game was coming down to the wire and an opponent needed to foul, I mean, he was the guy they wanted with the ball in his hands. I mean, shooting the free throws because of his proficiency there.
Bonus checked in for the Sixers. Thibault comes in for Paul George. And so now a timeout called by Jamal Mosley. He might have seen something and needs to review with his guys. And now let's glance at the league's most aggressive defensive teams from last year. Number 1, the Magic.
And their gritty mentality when it came to defense was really infectious. They were the best last year at holding opposing teams to low-scoring totals.
And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. Now here's Wagner, tightly guarded. Portis, the pass to Banchero. Here's Suggs. That's in. Coming off an assist from Banchero. Suggs has got 5 points.
Boy, I like Suggs knocking down that mid-range jump shot. That's what the defense gave him. Make him pay for it.
Pass to Biyombo. Now Maxey. 4-3. It's hauled in by Portis. Portis has got 5 rebounds in the game. Here's Bain. And it comes off the front of the rim. And so it's Maxey who brings up the ball for the Philadelphia 76ers. 9-point game. Buries it from 3. McCain's gotten himself going with a triple, his first basket of the game.
Defensively, gotta close out a little faster. That's a look he'll make with regularity.
Portis for 3. Philadelphia grabs the miss. Now Maxey. That one falls. 8 of 10 and scoring with confidence.
They're doing the job on both ends, getting stops and attacking offensively.
You know, it's taken a big run, but they were able to get back into this one. Very impressive. No quitting these guys.
Pass to Portis. Suggs against Maxey. Suggs, no good. Now Philadelphia with it. They're on a 13-4 run. Here's Biyombo. Maxey on the wing. Thibault screen on Suggs. And here's Maxey outside. And it's Bain with the rebound.
He managed to knock down 1 triple in the first half, but nothing since then.
Back to Wagner. Pass to Bain. Orlando moving the ball around. Portis gets the bucket.
This speaks to how assertive Portis is, and he's skilled at knocking it down off the catch, too.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks a lot. Well, Paolo Banchero has the Seattle skyline tattooed on his shoulder, and he says guys from there naturally have a chip on our shoulder because we feel like we're not seen as much as some of the other places around the country. Being born and raised, my mom and dad from there, it's in my blood. Back to you.
A lot of pride in his hometown. Thanks a lot, Allie. And so now a timeout called by Jamal Mosley. He's going to take a moment to give him a breather and talk things over.
And they caused a lot of headaches with their on-ball defense. They cracked the top 10 in team steals. More than a few games changed because of their aggressive D.
And they wanted to make an impact on the defensive end and accomplish that goal. First in the league in blocks, a defensive powerhouse. So Nick Nurse has decided to call a timeout here. Coach probably just checking to make sure everybody's on the same page here. And the 76ers with some changes. Joel Embiid, he's checked in for Biyombo, and it's Edgecombe in for Tyrese Maxey. To the paint. And it's Wagner missing.
He took it up strong, but the defense was ready for it.
Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. It's going to go on Jalen Suggs.
Yeah, a little bit of a welcome to the league. The rookie Edgecombe dealing with some very aggressive defense there.
Black's checked in for Suggs. No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2. When you watch Bobby Portis, he's extremely physical, but he can also space the floor, Clark.
Yeah, I like that combination, BA. It makes him a unique matchup and a tough matchup. I mean, one play he's thumping and bumping you around, and then on the next play, he's knocking down the 3, and he's doing it all with great energy and intensity.
And Embiid throws it down.
Thunderous throwdown that time from Joel Embiid.
Magic leading by 3. Wagner finds Bain. Portis, right side. Nails it. He's now 6 for 8 from the floor.
And you can just see how confident Portis is inside. I mean, very comfortable there. Feels like he can score whenever he wants to.
And Edgecombe gets it to go. Edgecombe's got 18 points in the game.
Hey, they're just getting pushed around inside.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Portis with a screen on Thibault. Here's Banchero. Rebound by Philadelphia.
Open midi right there. That's letting the defense off the hook when you don't cash in.
Oh, my! That's why we have those breakaway rims.
Dude, he risked pulling the whole thing down to the floor right there.
Boy, that was a great dunk, and we've got a great game here.
Beyond the arc. Rebound by Philadelphia. Embiid's got his 6th rebound on the night.
Yeah, still close, but with their tough play on the board, we're certainly seeing the effort.
A nice shot by McCain. Here in the second half, this game's still nip and tuck.
Just an insane amount of lead changes. The fans are getting their money's worth.
Will it go? Not enough on that one as it misses.
Decent look from mid-range for sure, but that's not really his shot.
Here's Edgecombe. Score that basket. His 8th out of 9 shots here today.
And they've really managed to dominate inside.
The play in the paint has gone almost entirely all their way.
Portis with a screen on Thibault. The 3 from Banchero. And it's Banchero again missing.
He had it flowing from long range in the first half. Not sure what changed.
So Nick Nurse has decided to call a timeout here. He's going to talk it over with his guys. So both teams changing it up here. Here's Maxey. 27 points for him. Up top, George. Puts up a 3. It's rebounded by Banchero.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one. 1:19
left in the third quarter. Oubre passes to Banchero. Drives to the hoop. Oh, Banchero! Banchero throws it down.
Oh, so ferocious on the drive. I mean, have to be impressed watching Banchero just throw it down.
Black with it. Yet to see a basket. Back to Banchero. Pass to Oubre. 5 on the clock. Payne, no good.
He has not been at his most efficient this quarter.
Outside Maxey. Floats one up, and it's good on the lay-in. Maxey's got 10 points in just the second half.
Yeah, he's been having his way this quarter, attacking the basket and protecting their lead.
Oh, Banchero throws it down.
He will muscle his way down the lane. Watch out when Banchero comes tumbling by.
Maxey. Oh, nice D from Carter. Outside Bane. Pass to Carter. For the tie. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. First trip to the line for him here. That free throw no good. Orlando making a switch here. And the second free throw is good. So Nick Nurse has decided to call timeout here. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. What a performance for Tyrese Maxey. He has been the story for the 76ers. He put together 10 points in the quarter. Back to the game after this break. And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. And so it's Suggs. He brings it up for Orlando. Maxey and Edgecombe man the backcourt. Quentin Grimes out there with Matisse Thybulle. And it's Bona in at the center position. That's the group in the game for the 76ers. It's good.
Good size, good instincts, good skill. Wagner taking on the defender and converting.
Now here's Maxey. Pass to Bona. Back to Maxey. There's the three. Sinks the tray. Maxey's got 13 in the second half.
He's carried much of the scoring load tonight. And with the win in reach, don't expect him to let up.
Suggs with it. Guarded now by Maxey. Oubre on the wing. Back to Wagner. 6 to shoot. And that one goes. He's now recorded his 5th bucket in 8 tries.
Wagner knows how to handle his business inside, mainly due to how much confidence he brings to the court.
Suggs against Maxey. Down low. Here's Bona. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
And even from where we're sitting, you could clearly tell it was a foul.
No question about it. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the officials.
Isaac, he's checked in for the Sixers. Paul George comes in for Grimes. And the Magic making a change here as well. Wagner's checked in. And it's Black penetrating. Kicks it out to Wagner. Wagner against Thibault. And Wagner gets it to go on the assist by Wagner.
And force feeding the ball inside. I mean, no reason to go away from what's working.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
To the middle. Here's Carter, and he floats it in for the easy 2. Credit the sweet setup on that one.
This is where Carter Jr. looks to score from, using his size to his advantage.
We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone by. For 3, George. The Sixers again can't hit.
I think he's gone completely dry. Nothing is hitting.
And, you know, you can sense his frustration. This is going to be a test of his resolve here.
Picked by Carter. Count it. Good. And it's a 6-point Magic lead.
The D hasn't been quick enough to react to the ball inside. That's helped cause this run.
And so it's Nick Nurse calling timeout here, rallying his guys to make sure they all know the plan. And the 76ers with some changes. Embiid comes in for Bona, and it's Edgecombe in for Thibault. And the Magic making a change here as well. Portis, he's checked in for Wagner. A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
I was able to listen in on what Nick Nurse had to say to the team. He encourages guys to stick with it, saying, I don't care what the scoreboard says. If we can play hard, that's all that matters. We can be the stronger team. So that's what coach is looking for.
Thanks for that, Allie. And Wagner gets it to go.
That's 10 straight points they've given up in the painted area.
And, you know, it doesn't matter how good your defense is on the perimeter if you're going to allow easy ones inside like that.
Maxey passes to Embiid. No stopping Joel Embiid. Wow.
Inside, Embiid has almost too many options. A lot of ways he can get it done.
And here's Black. Here's Wagner. It's hauled in by Isaac. And Maxey, here we go. Wagner outside. Pass to Portis. Over Edgecombe. Portis gets the bucket. Portis has got 9 points here in the second half. All right, guys, a breakdown here of the hustle stats for Orlando.
I like the fact that they've been very aggressive at the defensive end, tenacious. They're jumping passing lanes and coming away with a lot of skills.
Well, another major factor in the offensive performance was the fast break. Converting on those chances when they get them tonight.
Portis outside. Rebound by Philadelphia. Embiid's got rebound number 8 now. George passes to Isaac. Misses the baby hook. Magic leading by 3. Oubre with it. Guarded now by George. Oubre can't hit. This lead is up for grabs.
Yeah, each possession has an importance.
Isaac finds Maxey. To tie it up. Fires hitting the triple. Maxey's got 8 points in the quarter.
His third triple of the game. A little more success from out there in the second half.
Outside Oubre. Pass to Portis. And that one's good. And the Magic lead by 2.
Tell you what, Portis has been so focused on the offensive end, doing all he can to rack up points.
And so it's Nick Nurse calling timeout here. He wants to make sure everyone is aligned, given the situation right now. So for the Magic, Paolo Banchero, he's checked in for Carter. Desmond Bane comes in for Oubre, and Suggs is subbed in for Black. Here's Maxey. Inside. Orlando grabs the miss. Banchero's got 6 rebounds in the game. And so it's Banchero who brings it up for the Magic. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points.
It's tough to get open in this league, and when you do, it hurts not to capitalize. The defense has been more careful with him this half in terms of putting him on the line.
That free throw's good from Maxey.
You know, one of the things you really appreciate about Maxey is how freely he plays. He just throws himself in there. fearless about looking for ways to get involved in the play and then make an impact. He's about as calm as you can be at the strike.
Payne fires. No good from 3. The 76ers have gotten 5 shots out of 9 to go in this fourth. Maxey on the wing. He's covered by Suggs. Yes, sir! It's good!
No fear in Maxey, folks. This guy is ready for the big moment and welcomes the challenge.
And Carroll, left side. Now Portis takes a 3. Isaac there for the rebound. Now Philadelphia with it. They're on a 14-6 run. Maxey banks it home. Big shot.
So great seeing Maxey come through in the big spots, continuing to evolve right before our eyes.
Here's Portis.
Nice play. The pass goes up, and Portis just swallows it.
For Philadelphia, they've gone 7 for 11 so far in the fourth. Now Embiid. Oh, look out! Joel Embiid with a power jam.
You like Embiid's confidence and willingness to step up in the big moment.
Magic trail by 4. Now Banchero. Suggs outside. Payne outside. Up top, Banchero. Here's Portis. Let's loose for 3. It's good from beyond the arc.
Does not shoot many from out there, but Portis makes them at a decent clip.
Maxey attacking. Yes, sir! That one's good!
Tyrese Maxey with a big-time play down the stretch.
Now Banchero. Releases from 15. Isaac there for the rebound.
Hard to turn down a look that good. Still, long twos are losing favor, and misses like that are the reason why.
Maxey. Outside George. Here's Maxey. Clock at 6. Embiid a screen on Suggs. Maxey attacking. Oh! Touches it off the glass.
When Maxey has the ball, you got to keep him from getting downhill, or he's just going to take those points.
And we've got a timeout from Jamal Mosley. He was quite emphatic, demanding the timeout, clearly wanting to address strategy with his team. From a coaching perspective, what are the keys to focus on here?
They don't want to waste time here. If they can score fast enough, they can go back on D and try to get a stop instead of having to foul.
Portis, and he nails it.
And talk about stepping up in a big way.
Well, that was 1-2. He wanted the ball. Nobody else was taking that shot.
They'll probably slow things down now.
Burn the clock while you have the lead. I like that. And this is so critical. They now have to score every trip up the floor.
It's not over yet.
And they committed intentional foul. We'll see another one of those, so they get into the penalty.
Yeah, just trying to keep this game alive. Not a bad foul right there.
Sure, it's not over. The clock is as much a problem for them as the score is right now, so they've got to try to manage it.
Yeah, too bad he fouled out. But this team does have some depth at his position.
Good on the first, and that makes it a 3-point lead. Second one is good, getting both at the line, and it's a 4-point ball game.
That should put this game on ice, not leaving any points behind.
Orlando calls timeout. They trail by 4. Let's hear from our analyst. Give us your take on the strategy being discussed right now.
And they're going to have to work fast coming out of the timeout.
They're going to draw up a play here, I think, to get a shot right off of the inbounds pass and not waste too much time at all.
Payne! So it's the 76ers taking the W in a close one. Boy, a hard-fought game. They did a great job of holding on to the lead at the end.
Yeah, get the coffee, because that's the way to close. You're going to face some obstacles in the game, but they overcame every one.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Grant Hill, Allie LaForce, and Clark Kellogg, this is Brian Anderson thanking you all for tuning in tonight. And we present the player of the game, Tyrese Maxey.